It gives afternoon date type of vibes. What people say all the time is that they could smell it a mile away. I think this perfume in particular comes to disrupt that stigma. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Giselle, I review perfumes. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're one of my loyal returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your loyal support. Guys, today is all about the best, or what I consider some of the best floral fragrances for spring and summer. So if you are interested in learning more about these fragrances, let's dive in. The first fragrance I have on my list today is Jasmine Freak. Spoiler alert, I already bought a full bottle. This fragrance, guys, is so stunning. Okay. To be honest, I wouldn't consider Jasmine Freak a jasmine fragrance, a jasmine forward fragrance, because although it has jasmine, it's not that prominent. You can definitely pick the jasmine here. It also has tuberose. The tuberose here, it's pretty bubblegummy, but it's not indolic. However, it's a very creamy fragrance, but also very bright and very juicy. To me, this perfume also smells a little bit honeyed. It doesn't have any honey note or any flower that can point in that direction, but it does have like a honeyed sweetness that I absolutely love. I don't really like the honey note itself, but I do like honeyed accord sometimes. And this is one of the cases. It gives a very particular sweetness and gooiness that sometimes even the honey note itself doesn't give. To me, this is a very youthful floral. In fact, I think that Jasmine Freak is very disruptive, and it will probably break the stigma associated with white florals or florals in general, that the younger crowd always think that all floral fragrances smell like grandma fragrances. There's nothing I hate more than that derogatory term, but unfortunately it's how many people refer to fragrances that smell vintage or old school. But people need to understand that everything boils down to the whole composition, and it really depends what the fragrance has. And even aldehydes, which seems to be the queen when it comes to vintage smelling perfumes, not always smell vintage. Sometimes it smells bubbly, soapy, bright, uplifting, and not necessarily like an old compact case. So not all florals are vintage, but I think this perfume in particular comes to disrupt that stigma. I'm completely sure about it. And I foresee this one becoming one of the top sellers or even the best seller of the house. It's a very lush, fruity, floral fragrance. This is not like a straightforward floral. It's very fruity too. It's tropical, but it doesn't have the typical tropical notes that we associate with beachy scents. There's no pineapple here, there's no coconut here, but it has very juicy fruit notes like orange, mango, and black currant. The black currant here, it's very juicy, very bright. There's nothing green here, which is another direction that black currant can take sometimes. But here, the black currant is how most people recognize it, which is very bright, juicy, and fruity. It also has 𝘿𝑒𝑖𝑛, which is a tropical flower, and that is what I think is giving this perfume that tropical and lush type of scent profile. It's not really narcotic, it's not really indolic, but it does have a tropical vibe to it without being beachy. Really stunning perfume. It's very youthful. It's completely ageless. I think this fragrance became more popular after Essence. It seems many creators loved it. And again, I think that it will become one of the best sellers or the best seller of the house. It's really gorgeous, very fruity and fresh. I actually should have included it in my previous video about fruity fragrances. But yeah, this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. And this is one of the cases where I highly encourage you to get at least a 2 ml sample. Because if you get the 0.7 or 1 ml, it will be, first of all, it will be a dabber, and you won't get the full experience as you would with a decant, with an atomizer. So if you're planning on trying this fragrance, just go a little bit bigger so you'll be able to enjoy a better and fuller experience. This fragrance has a lot going on, And with that 1 ml dabber or even less than that, some come in 0.7, not even 1 ml. I think it's too little fragrance to have the full experience, let alone it's not the same when you use a dabber versus an atomizer, as I was saying. So yeah, that's my best recommendation. I never mentioned these type of things, but I think in this particular case, if you get a dabber, you won't get the full experience. So if you want to buy this fragrance, go a little bit bigger and get at least 2 ml. So the next fragrance I have on my list today is Amaris by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I have this Globetrotter. I love this travel size. I always carry it in my purse and I get tons of compliments every time people see it. I think it looks so chic. I love it. Really pretty. I bought it years ago. The gold coating is still really bright and shiny. And of course it has fingerprints everywhere. I'm cleaning it all the time because I love to have it bright and shiny. I'm a freak. Yeah, I know. Cup is magnetic. Really gorgeous. Pretty heavy too. And I think it adds an extra layer of sophistication, a touch of class. It's totally worth having. Now, on to the fragrance. Amaris is so beautiful. It opens with a very present pear accord. In fragrances, in perfumery, usually fruity notes are actually accords. But anyway, it opens with a very present pear scent, very bright, very juicy. It's really beautiful. And also sweet pea. This is a note that we usually don't see, which is a synthetic note recreated in the lab because it's not possible to extract this scent directly from the raw material. So it's recreated in the lab to be used in perfumery. Sweet pea note is beautiful. It's feminine, it's sweet, it's honeyed. It also has that honey sweetness I was talking about previously. And there is something very angelic to it too that I love and makes the fragrance ultra feminine and sexy. The fragrance also has Amaris, it has lemon blossom, so we're talking about the flower, not the fruit. So we have that bright, zesty aspect without being tart, and it also has iris. The iris here is very soft, slightly powdery. It's not really buttery, but it's slightly powdery and ultra feminine. I don't know, this fragrance has a very sheer sophistication that it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat and it's very unique. It's a very soft fragrance. I would say it's almost like a skin scent, but it's really long lasting. It lasts around 8 hours on my skin. Projection is average in the first 2 hours. After that, it doesn't really project, but when people come close to you, they'll be able to smell it. It's really beautiful, and if you like this type of soft scents, I highly encourage you to try it because it's not obnoxious. You won't disturb anyone's peace and it's very easy to wear. Completely versatile, day or nighttime, although I think it's more of a daytime scent. But yeah, this was Amaris by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Next one on my list is Spell on You by Louis Vuitton. This fragrance is so good. And as you know, guys, dents don't lie. This fragrance is gorgeous, as I was saying. Very beautiful. It's a very modern, clean, youthful type of floral. Very beautiful. It has incredible projection. Every time, I kid you not, every time I wear this fragrance, I get compliments. But above all, what people say is that they could smell it a mile away. It's really that strong when it comes to projection. And also the sillage it leaves, it's out of this world. It gives clean, chic girl type of vibes. Very beautiful, very versatile as well. Although I only wear this fragrance during the day, not because you can wear this during the night. Of course you can. It's just that I have a lot of fragrances that I prefer to wear during the night. So I wear this during the day because I think it's more like daytime appropriate, if there's such a thing. But yeah, it's a daytime scent. It's simple. There's nothing complex here. It's very linear. You won't have different facets. The dry down, it's a little bit deeper and more complex, but still the fragrance would smell this clean and bright and flowery from the opening and all the way until the dry down. We also have iris here, but the iris is fresh and slightly powdery, almost like baby powder. I'm not saying this smells like baby powder, don't quote me literally, but what I'm saying is that the powderiness here is very soft, almost like baby powder. So as I was saying, this fragrance is a head turner. Even if you're not a big fan of florals, I highly encourage you to try it because just like what I said with Jasmine Freak, This type of scents are kind of disruptive. Well, Jasmine Freak is also fruity. This is a straight floral fragrance. But if you want to evolve in your fragrance journey, my best advice, and I know this is unsolicited advice, you never asked me for it, but I'm here reviewing fragrances and I'm a content creator. I would love to share with you my experience and what I think could serve you better. It's pretty common when people get started in this journey that the only thing they care for are gourmands and smelling like a snack. That's fun, and I do have gourmand fragrances too. I've been there too, but there's so much more to perfumery than gourmands and smelling like a snack that I feel that you're missing on so many beautiful fragrances if you don't open your mind to try different things. So florals, for example, there's a stigma about florals, unfortunately, right? But don't listen to that. Just go and experience them yourself. You shouldn't care what people say on social media. Take everything with a grain of salt and always do your own research, get your samples, try them first. If you can try, or if you enjoy blind buy, which I understand because some people can try fragrances and sometimes it's fun to blind buy. I'm not going to say anything against that. I don't encourage you to blind buy fragrances, but I blind buy fragrances myself sometimes. And I know there's some fun to it too. So I'm not here to tell you what to do. We're all adults here. So my best advice, if you want to grow in your perfume journey and broaden your horizon, broaden your nose, train your nose, open yourself to new things, open your mind and try them. And if they don't work for you, that's perfectly fine. Fair enough, right? But at least you try them. And even if you don't like florals, please try this one because I think you will be pleasantly surprised. The next gorgeous floral fragrance I have for you today is The Sun by Diptyque. This is the Eau de Toilette. I had the Eau de Parfum in the past, and after I went through the whole bottle, I decided to try the Eau de Toilette. They are both gorgeous, very, very similar. I would say the main difference actually is longevity. The Eau de Parfum definitely lasts longer than this one, the Eau de Toilette. But this is also gorgeous. It lasts about 4 hours with moderate projection, and it's a beautiful white floral. It's a very photorealistic gardenia fragrance. Gardenia, it's my favorite white flower, both in nature and in perfumery, and I love gardenia so much. Gardenia, just like what I explained with Sweet Pea, the gardenia scent can be extracted from the flower, from the raw material, so it has to be recreated in the lab. And usually it's done with orange blossom and tuberose. The problem is that oftentimes when I sniff a fragrance that it's supposedly a gardenia fragrance, it smells like tuberose to me, or there's too much orange blossom there. It's very hard to find a gardenia fragrance that truly strikes a balance between tuberose and orange blossom. This one is one of the few where the gardenia is truly gardenia. And yes, you can pick the orange blossom, you can pick the tuberose here, but it's gardenia. This is a gardenia fragrance 100%. It's absolutely gorgeous. It also has a marine accord. I think the marine accord is very important here to add freshness. Otherwise, it could be pretty indolic because we have two white flowers here, orange blossom and tuberose. But the marine accord, as I was saying, with its freshness, kind of balances that possibly indolic aspect of the fragrance. It's really, really beautiful day or nighttime. It gives afternoon date type of vibes. It's very romantic, very feminine, very sophisticated. You know, you can't go wrong with Diptyque. It's to the test of time. It's been around for many years. You can't go wrong with this house, with Diptyque. From the candles to diffusers to the fragrances, everything is top notch. Really, really high quality. And I don't know how they do it, but every single product from this house screams class and sophistication. The Sun is a fresh white floral, slightly creamy, very, very slightly green, without being herbal or aromatic. I love herbal and aromatic fragrances, but this is not the case. And I'm telling you, just in case when you hear the word fresh, could be a turn off for you because you might not like herbal or aromatic fragrances. It's super clean. It's not heady, not indolic, day or nighttime. Super clean, not headache inducing. It's not indolic at all. It's really, really pretty. I think this could be the perfect fragrance for a bride, or if you're a guest to a wedding. You know, I can totally see you rocking this fragrance at a wedding at the beach or in a very elegant boho chic type of venue. And last but not least, and circling back to what I was saying at the beginning, this is the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum is all black. It's a black bottle. Both gorgeous, very similar. And again, the only big difference I see is in longevity. This lasts about 4 or 5 hours, while the Eau de Toilette lasts about 7-8 hours on my skin. Other than that, I don't see major differences. Sometimes the Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum are different enough that justifies having both. In this particular case, if you have the Eau de Parfum, I don't think you need the Eau de Toilette, and vice versa. But if you are starting from scratch, I would say if longevity, it's a deal breaker for you, and it's a very important factor to consider when it comes to purchasing decisions, I would say go for the Eau de Parfum. However, if you prefer lighter scents, more like skin scents, the Eau de Parfum projects stronger, projects a little bit better, and has a stronger sillage. So if those factors are important to you, definitely go for the Eau de Parfum. However, as I was saying, if you prefer lighter scents, especially for summer, I think this is a great option. I love my Eau de Toilette and I can't get enough. The next one, guys, on my list today is List 41 by Le Labo. I have a decant. I don't have the full size bottle, but it's just a matter of time. I know it's coming to my collection. And yeah, today I'm reviewing it through this decant. Oh, so beautiful. God, everything Le Labo does is like 10 out of 10. The high quality of the ingredients this house uses is unquestionable. It's top notch, you guys. This is a very ultra feminine fragrance. It's pretty strong. It's very bright, very luminous, ageless, completely ageless. This is a very neutral fragrance when it comes to an age group, for example. I wouldn't say this is a youthful floral, but I wouldn't say this is for a mature audience either. So I think this is ageless, completely ageless, very long lasting. It lasts 8 to 10 hours on my skin, especially on my pulse points. We have jasmine here, we have tuberose again. The tuberose here is not really prominent, but it is here. It also has lily, it has vanilla, and it also has musk and woody notes. So it's slightly musky, especially in the dry down. It smells very expensive. This fragrance, like all Le Labo does, smells very luxurious, very expensive. As I was saying, it's very bright, very luminous. It's so radiant. That's the first word that comes to my mind when I sniff List 41. This perfume is very strong, but it's not loud, if it makes sense. It has a very strong presence. You don't need much. A little goes a long way, but it's not loud. It's not obnoxious. You won't choke people around you. It's very pleasant. It's mass appealing. It leaves a very beautiful trail, beautiful sillage with an average projection during the first hour and a half or two. It's very airy, very chic. I highly encourage you to try List 41 because it is a stunner. If you like florals, this is a must try. And if you don't like florals, I think this is a very pretty, high quality floral fragrance that's definitely worth trying. And the last one for today is TR by 𝙁𝙀𝘾 𝘖. 𝙁𝙀𝘾 is a high-end skincare brand and they have a few fragrances. I've been a huge fan of their fragrances since I can remember. I have reviewed their fragrances back when I was on YouTube in 2020, 2021. And I'm really happy that I started seeing creators talking about their fragrances, because back then when I reviewed their fragrances, 𝙁𝙀𝘾 fragrances, no one talked about them. And it was really unfair because they are absolutely amazing, super duper expensive smelling. And guys, this is my third bottle and I'm not ashamed of that. It's so gorgeous. It's a head turner. I've been wearing this fragrance for so long, and every time I wear it, every single time I wear it, I get compliments. Or in other words, there's not one time when I wear this fragrance that I don't receive a compliment. It really is a head turner. I would say this is one of the strongest head turners I have. It's one of my most complimented fragrances in my entire collection. I'm not even talking just about florals, in my entire collection. It blends really well with my skin chemistry, and I love it. I love it. So good. So TR is not the same as Plumeria. Plumeria is the same as Frangipani, which is another fragrance also from the same brand. And Tiara is actually the same as Tahitian Gardenia. So it smells really different than other tropical flowers like Frangipani, for example, or Plumeria. It's a perfect date-night scent, especially during the spring and summer. The warmer or more humid the weather, the more this fragrance will project and last. And under hot and humid weather conditions, the fragrance becomes way creamier. But it's strong. It's a little bit sharp, especially in the opening. Now, as I was saying, when the weather is warm, especially humid, you won't have any sharpness at all, and it will be just like a very beautiful, creamy, tropical white flower. This fragrance, as tropical as it is, it's an all year rounder. Guys, this is one of the few tropical perfumes that you can pull off all year round. The only difference is that if you wear this during the winter, it won't be as creamy. It will still be creamy, but not as creamy. It will be a little bit crispy, and the opening will be sharper maybe. But other than that, you can rock this fragrance all year round. And while this is a tropical fragrance, no doubt, it doesn't have coconut or any other note that makes it beachy. And actually, I think this is one of the most elegant tropical fragrances you can find out there. Seriously, I think it's one of the top 5 tropical fragrances that, without a shadow of a doubt, screams elegance in every drop. It's really, really elegant and sophisticated. So if you haven't yet, I highly encourage you to try Tiara by Shanghai. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoy my top elegant floral fragrances for spring and summer. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, and please don't forget to hit the bell icon so you won't miss my upcoming videos. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.